Hi all, Loz D, Punch Out TV. How are you all doing? Back at you with another video on this cold and snowy April's day. Today I want to talk about the problem with boxing. Now this might seem like a moaning video, which I suppose it is, but I'm just been on a website on Facebook and I'm going to chuck some comments up on the video so you can see for yourself what I'm talking about. The problem with Matchroom and Sky Sports, what they're doing with some of their fighters. Now, Conor Benn fought last night against Samuel Vargas. Excellent performance, blew him away, smashed him to pieces in the first round. Okay, brilliant, all fine and dandy. But the problem is what I've got here with this, what there's going on now, is I watched the interview after. He's talking about fighting Amir Khan and Kell Brook. And he wants to be a pay-per-view star. Amir Khan is shot to pieces and over the hill, in my eyes. Kell Brook hasn't got nothing to offer as well. Maybe he's experienced, but I think Kell's past it now. Now, Conor Benn's age 24. He's 18-0, 12 KOs. He's a welterweight. Right? He's saying that he wants Adrian Broner. Broner don't let his hands go. He said he wants Sean Porter as well. If he make that fight, that's a damn good fight. Give him credit for taking that, because Porter's still a very good, tremendous, active fighter. But there's a couple of fighters across the pond, and two of them over here, who are all virtually the next up-and-coming stars at welterweight. So first of all, you've got Jerome Boots Ennis, age 23, from the USA. He's got 27 fights, 25 knockouts. He's welterweight, up-and-coming prospect. Just smashed Sergey Lipinets to bits yesterday. There's one fighter. Number 2, Virgil Ortiz Jr. Age 23. He's had 17 fights. And he's got 17 knockouts, is he? Unbeaten, welterweight, up-and-coming prospect. Then you've got David Anavisian, who's the oldest of them all. 27 fights, 3 losses, 1 draw, 15 KOs. Beat Josh Kelly, the guy who Conor Benn wanted to fight. He's age 32, welterweight. You got number 4, Florian Marcoux, age 28, 9 fights, 8 wins, 1 draw, no losses, 6 KOs. Right? Conor Benn's record is 18-0, 12 KOs. Might have already said it, but they are the type of fighters that he should be going for next. Because people are like I say, I'll chuck these comments up on the video. People are saying that it's good for him, on these comments, it's good for him to get the experience of fighting someone like Amir Khan. I mean, don't nobody want to see that shit. Nobody wants to watch a pay-per-view fight what Fast Eddie will make of a washed up, shot to hell, past his sell-by date, Kell Brook or Amir Khan. I don't want to see it, and the people in these comments don't want to see it, but there's a few idiots in there what are saying they want to see it. Why is he not calling out David Anavisian? I think that's how you say his name, the Russian fella who beat Josh Kelly. Why is he not fighting him? He's saying that he wants to fight the best now. Why is he not fighting Jerome Boots Ennis? He's a year younger than him, 27 fights, 25 knockouts. Why is he not fighting him? Why is he not calling him out? This is what I'm saying. It's bullshit. I don't want to see this shit of him fighting fucking Amir Khan. It's what's called, to me, is a manufactured. He's becoming like a manufactured fighter now, because he's got the name of his father, because he's on Sky Sports, he's a fighter, and he's Eddie Hearn's matchroom fighter. Now they're gonna be having fighting bullshit fights like Amir Khan and fights like that. Washed up old fighters who you don't want to see him fight. Get him in a domestic fight with Florian Marcoux. Why is he not fighting Marcoux? Marcoux called him out this week again, saying he's got a glass jaw and he's a coward. Why is he not fighting him? Marcoux's been dogging him for well over a year. And all Ben does is says he's got bigger fish to fry. People are saying to me, I've been arguing today on Facebook, people have been saying to me today that why would he take a step back? Marcoux's not on the same level as Amir Khan and Kell Brook. He's not on the same level as Samuel Vargas. Tell you what, Marcoux would have smashed Vargas to pieces. But this is the bullshit what you get in boxing. That people want to go along with. They want to go along with this bullshit. That they're going to make a fight with Amir Khan and make it pay-per-view. And fucking clowns are going to pay 25 quid to watch that shit. It's a fucking disgrace. I don't want to see that shit. I definitely don't want to see that shit in boxing. That's all really I've got to say.
My mate, all them names you just mentioned, no one banged him out in one round. Easy. Easy. Formella, easy. Give me a proper test. Give me Amir Khan. I know he's too busy on reality shows and all that. But listen, if he wants it, he can get it. Eddie, you got the phone. And your phone ready? Is it?
Amir?
We'll ask him, Amir, all of them. Do you know what I mean? Not only when you beat your fight, you gain experience. I don't think I gained any experience in there tonight. Apart from I can deal with the pressure. I can deal with it. I can cope with it because I'm built for it. All this hype, and I can live with it. It's no problem. You know what they say about diamonds?
Pressure creates diamonds, yeah. Okay.
Well, there you go. Exactly. If you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah, just in case people...
So that's what I'm saying. So I'm ready for the top dogs. It's just Sean Paul. See Adrian Broner campaigning on 147.
Sorry, video ran out storage on my camera. Yeah, so just quickly to wrap this up. Like I say, I'll put all this video together and chuck up the comments. But there's some people who made some great comments on them web pages and boxing pages on Facebook. And I've had some good response in my last video where I said he was ducking Marcoux. Some people made some great comments. But people, I will get criticised. People like me will get criticised because without trying to be nasty or sounding negative, I'm trying to just put it how I see it as a fan of the sport. I don't want to be one of them people who just says, yes, he should fight this guy, and when really deep down I know he shouldn't. Because that's just that's bullshit, and that's how people like Fast Eddie gets away with shit like this in Sky Sports, by making these BS fights. Like I said last week on my live, they haven't even got the decency to even air the Canelo Alvarez versus Billy Joe Saunders unification super middleweight fight. There's 3 titles on the line. They didn't even bid for that. Yet they've gone and bid and put Derek Chisora and Joseph Parker fight, which is a heavyweight fight. One guy's got 10 losses on his record. There's no belt on the line. It's not even for anything. Maybe to get moved up the ranking systems, but he ain't gonna push fucking Joseph Parker up the ranking systems if he beats Derek Chisora. I can tell you that for nothing. I mean, I'm going off point here, but it's sort of the same thing, what I'm trying to say. Nobody, and I mean nobody, well, definitely not me, I don't want to see Conor Benn fighting Amir Khan, who's shot to pieces, like I say, who hasn't had a fight in years since Bud beat him up. And he quit against Bud Crawford. I don't want to see... I would rather, to be honest, I would rather see Cal Brook versus him, because I know at least Cal's got a little something to give. He's got experience and stuff like that, and Cal would fight. Amir Khan, no disrespect, I don't want to see Cal Brook, but if I had to, I would rather see Cal Brook out of any of them. I want to see Conor Benn now. You had 18 fights now. I don't want to hear this bullshit. He's a puppy. He's a young lad learning. No, you've had nearly 20 fights. Now you've got to start dipping your feet in the water and taking a bit of a risk and a challenge now. That's what you need to be doing. You need to, in my eyes, he needs to fight Marku or David Anavisian because they both fight out of the UK as a domestic fight. If he beats one of them two, I'll give him praise. Then start going over to America. And these are the next fighters what you need to be fighting. Virgil Ortiz, Jerome Boots Ennis, fighters like that. That's who he needs to fight. And if he was to ever fight any of them and beat them, then the next level would be the likes of Spence and Bud Crawford. And then he wins a world title. Because at the end of the day, not only that, then you've got the likes of Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor, Devon Haney, Teofimo Lopez, who were at 140, just below. Josh Taylor's already on about, if he wins, he's on about moving up to 147. So you're going to have the fighters from the lower league coming up. So my advice for Conor Benn is to step aside this bullshit, right? Don't fall into that category of fighting these all washed up fucking fighters and being, just because you want to be a pay-per-view star. Take a risk like your dad did. Your dad did the same. I'm not criticising Conor, I'm just saying I don't want to see him marketed like how Eddie Hearn's marketed Anthony Joshua and other fighters. Don't get me wrong, Joshua's a world champion. But let's be honest, he never went over to America and fought Wilder, Luis Ortiz, fighters like that. It's hard for me to explain. Like I say, some people think, what the fuck's he talking about? But I know what I'm talking about, and hopefully someone will know what I'm talking about myself. These, like what I've written down, these are the fighters what you need to fight. Don't want to see Amir Khan. Don't want to see Cal Brook. And I certainly don't want to see that bullshit made as a pay-per-view fight. So hopefully on that note, some people will get what I'm trying to say. So, Los D. Catch you on the next one. Peace.